Steam locomotives have been restored to operation for a variety of reasons, often to educate while bringing in tourism, and in few cases by corporations to use as a public relations tool. One tale that has recently caught my interest was a Big Boy movie that was proposed in the late 1990s, and would have used a restored locomotive for it. Having dredged up articles and conversations about this, I've pieced together what, I hope, provides an explanation of what this project was, and why it never materialized. In April 1998, a Texas-based production company, later named History in Motion, approached the Age of Steam Railroad Museum in Dallas about the idea of using Union Pacific 4018 for a feature film. An examination of records and an inspection by Diversified Rail Services showed 4018 had been overhauled 4 months before retirement, and having been stored in a hot, dry climate, was believed to be in good condition. On August 13th, producers invited the public and press to the park, where a diesel locomotive pushed 4018 for a banner, announcing the start of production. According to the Dallas Morning News, the film is about a Native American boy hired to guard a train yard that houses the locomotive. A railroad executive wants the old engine scrapped for metal, but the boy is too attached to it. With the help of his buddies, the boy steals the train and heads for the Canadian border, about 2,000 miles away. Filming was set to begin next winter, with Sherman, Texas being used as the big town train yard where the boy steals the locomotive, while Denison and the Katy Depot would place Cheyenne, Wyoming, one of the movie's northernmost destinations. History in Motion planned to spend $20 million on the film, estimating that 4018's rebuild would cost about $2 million and take around 6 months. By January 1999, a website had been launched for the project, where visitors could find updates on the movie, history of the Big Boys, and purchase merchandise. A few months later, an article in Popular Mechanics revealed the script had been reworked to be about an old man and a young friend who restored the rusting machine as a tribute to America's mechanical genius, with filming now scheduled to begin in April 2000, following a 1-year, free $1 million restoration. June 1999 was the Sacramento Rail Fair, with History in Motion having a booth at the event, along with storyboards for the film on display. In September, the Scranton Tribune interviewed the crew, including musician Mike Janetta, whose song about the Big Boys had been chosen by the producers as the theme for the movie. Philip Pfeiffer would also be the director, who had worked on films including RoboCop, X-Men, and Gone in 60 Seconds. Comparing it to Batman, the producers described their turn docudrama as a chase movie, minus the sex and gore. It will be a good family film, but will also have some dark qualities. Again, filming was pushed back, with the hopes to begin in early 2001, and the movie would be in theaters by Christmas. After this, however, production went quiet, with 2000 and 2001 going by with no news on the film. Even the Age of Steam Museum had not heard back from the producers, and 4018 remained on display. Railfan forums from the time discussing the movie were unimpressed with how the production was being handled, from constant changes in the storyline, changes in which big-name Hollywood people were involved, and so on. At Railfair, the producers also claimed that agreements were in place to run 4018 on several major railroads, including Union Pacific, with said company stating they had not even been formally approached about it. The biggest question was, if this was a serious production company, why would they be asking for donations and memberships to fund their movie? Often, there were contradicting answers. So when the Denison Daily Post ran a story in July 2002 with one of the producers about raising awareness for an IMAX documentary, along with different locations for where the 4018 could be restored, no one was convinced. Eventually, with no financial backing, the idea of a Big Boy movie was shelved. In December, a producer told the Dallas Morning News that they couldn't interest any major studios in the film, saying, "Hollywood isn't big enough for that legend." Since then, 4018, along with the rest of the museum's collection, now resides in Frisco, Texas. The proposed Big Boy movie is now looked back on by many as a pipe dream. When announced, they waited in anticipation, only for the money, and in the end the support, disappearing with it.